welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. I hope that you are all doing good. If it is your first time to be my channel, please subscribe and turn on the bell icon that will appear after subscribing the channel. And after doing that, you will be the first one to get all the latest news about Orlando Pirates that we are providing each and every day. Orlando Pirates fans, here this is where all Orlando Pirates fans meet and talk about Orlando Pirates. So here we are discussing everything that is happening at Orlando Pirates. And for those of you, if you're here, you may now join us by subscribing the channel. And remember to turn on the bell icon that will appear after subscribing the channel. And after doing that, you will be the first one to get all the latest news about Orlando Pirates that you are providing each and every day. Orlando Pirates supporters, today I have some news that I want to show you in this video. So what you need to know right now, please stay here and watch the video until the end. And without wasting your time, now let us dive into the story and talk about Orlando Pirates. As you know, right now we are in the PSL transfer window, and Orlando Pirates management are currently working very seriously behind the scene as the club continues its preparation for the 2026 and 2027 football season. And now we know that Orlando Pirates they have already signed several players from different clubs across the African continent, including PSL clubs. But it doesn't mean this Orlando Pirates they have done in the signing of new players, because there is still some key areas needs improvement. That's why now, as I said earlier, Orlando Pirates management are currently working very serious behind the scene under the guidance of coach Abdeslam Owadu to make sure that the club is going to compete in multiple fronts ahead of the 2026 and 2027 football season. Now, as the club aims to do the different thing than that they have done on the previous season, especially in continental football. I'm just talking about CAF Champions League, where the club were eliminated very earlier on the last campaign under San Eloy Popo from DR Congo. Now the club under coach Abdeslam Owado is expecting to do the different thing than that they have done on the previous season, as I said earlier. And now the club continues its preparation in Spain to make sure that ahead of this new upcoming season, Orlando Pirates are going to compete very well in multiple fronts. Here I'm just talking about both domestic and continental football. So now there is a lot of speculation linking Orlando Pirates with the several players from different clubs across the African continent, including PSL clubs. But in today's video, I have something else that I want to show you, as I said earlier. And without wasting your time, now let's dive into the story and talk about Orlando Pirates transfer saga. Now, according to reports, Orlando Pirates are reportedly to shown the interest of signing Peter Shalulile in a free transfer after parted ways with his former club, Mamelodi Sundowns. And Orlando Pirates inquire about Peter Shalulile, a transfer situation heats up. Orlando Pirates have reportedly taken the first step in what could become one of the biggest transfer stories of the PSL of seasons by making an inquiry about the availability of experienced Namibian striker Peter Shalulile. According to the latest reports, the Buccaneers have contacted the players' representatives to establish whether a move could be possible ahead of the 2026 and 2027 campaign. At this stage, however, it is important to note that no official negotiations have taken place and no formal offer has been submitted. The discussions remains at the exploratory stage, with Orlando Pirates simply gathering information as they assess their attacking option. Despite the lack of formal talks, the inquiry clearly shows that Orlando Pirates continues to monitor Shalulile's situation closely. The club is believed to be eager to strengthen its strike force as the preparation for the new season continues, with ambitions of challenging for domestic harness and making a strong impact in the continental competition. One factor that could work in Orlando Pirates' favor in the appearances of Deone Hoto, the veteran Namibian winger, has shared the national team's dressing room with Shalulile for many years, and their close relationship could potentially help pursue the prolific striker to consider a move to Mayfair should the negotiation eventually begins. Otto remains one of the senior figures in the Pirates squad and recently secured another season with the Buccaneers after they exercised the options in his contract. His influence both on and off the field could become variable if Orlando Pirates decide to intensify their pursuit of his international teammates. Meanwhile, Peter Shalulile's future remains an uncertainty. The experienced forward continues to attract interest from clubs outside South Africa after several previous discussed the moves reportedly failed to materialize. His impressive goal-scoring record over the past few seasons has ensured that he remains a highly sought after strike despite entering the later stage of his career. For Orlando Pirates, signing a proven goal scorer like Shalulile would represent a major statement of intent. His experience, movement, leadership, and clinical finishing could provide the attacking aid the Buccaneers are looking for as they prepare for another demanding campaign. However, supporters should remain patient at this point. The situation is still in its earlier stages, and there is no guarantee that the inquiry will develop into formal negotiation or a complete transfer. Much will depend on the players' intentions, the level of a competition from other interested clubs, and whether all parties can reach an agreement if discussions progress. Reports suggest that more clarity is expected over the weekend or during the course of next week, with further developments likely as Orlando Pirates continues evaluating their transfer plans. For now, the Buccaneers have simply opened the door by making an inquiry, but whether that door eventually leads to Peter Shalulile wearing the famous black and white jersey remains one of the biggest questions of this transfer window. Do you think Peter Shalulile would be the perfect signing for Orlando Pirates, or should the Buccaneers pursue a younger striker? Let us know your thought in the comment below. This is a true talk where Pirates fans meet and talk about Orlando Pirates. So here we are discussing everything that is happening at Orlando Pirates. As I said earlier, for those of you new here, you may also join our family by subscribing to the channel. Remember to like the video and to share with your friends because they are also wants to know what is going on now at the club.